Welcome back to Good Day New York. So the guy on the right, he's from Brooklyn, James Cannizzaro. He thought he had the cold, the common cold, but his symptoms went from bad to worse in a matter of days. At one point, he even said goodbye to his wife through text messages from his hospital bed. But good news, he's home now. He's recovering. James is joining us through Zoom. How do you feel, James?
Hi, Rosanna. Good to be with you. Yeah, I feel 100 times better than I did like 10 days ago. I can tell you that.
Are you still on oxygen?
I still have oxygen. It's what they're doing is they're weaning me off. I was at like 10%. Now I'm at 3%. So, yeah, it would be nice to lose this accessory I have around my neck.
I hear you.
But, yeah, so it's a process. It's going to take me some time yet.
All right, so James, kind of walk us through this. You were a security guard at Gotham Comedy Club.
I hope I still am.
Okay, good, yes, when it opens. In fact, some of my people met you the night Michael Yo was performing there. He has since gotten sick as well.
Yeah,
when did you start to feel symptoms?
March 6th and 7th, around that Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I'm out with my wife, and at about 11 o'clock at night, I just looked at her. I go, "We have to go." And she goes, "When?" I went, "Right now." I said, all of a sudden, I was achy. I was shivering. I had a cough that was unbelievable, and it just got worse from that.
So at what point did you realize that you needed to go to the hospital?
Well, I was watching TV, and everybody's saying, if you think you have the symptoms, don't go to the hospital. See if you can treat it on your own. And I was thinking to myself, at that time, there was only maybe a couple thousand people in the country, and I was saying, what are the odds I'm going to have it, So I thought I just had the flu, and I got some Theraflu. I stayed home. I rested. And then that Friday the 13th, I woke up with a temperature, and I felt bad, so I went to the walk-in clinic down the street, and they said, go to the emergency room right now.
And then when you got to the emergency room, what happened?
Well, when I got to the emergency room that Friday, they checked my chest X-ray and sent me home. They said, you're not that bad.
Oh, no.
So they sent me home. And then Sunday came around. I woke up. I had 102 fever. I couldn't breathe. I could not stop talking. I could not stop coughing. And I went to the hospital, and they went there, and they put me in the triage, and then boom, right into isolation.
Where was your family at this point? Were you all in close contact?
Yeah, well, it's just me and my wife, and at the time, we went to the emergency room, so we were just at the waiting room, and they called me up to the counter. I didn't even think about it, my wife. I figured they wanted more information. I had to call her from isolation and say, I'm in. And she wasn't allowed to come visit me. There were no visitors at the hospital. Everybody there that you're in contact with is walking around with like hazmat suits. It's very unsettling.
It must have been so frightening. So you were in the hospital for 17 days. You
Yes.
said goodbye to your wife.
Yeah, that's Thursday, 2 weeks ago. That Monday through Thursday, I was going through hell. I mean, I could not stop coughing. My rib cage still hurts from all the coughing I was doing. And, the walls were closing in around me. I couldn't breathe. My oxygen level was at 88 when it was supposed to be at 99. So everything was falling apart. My oxygen, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't stop coughing. I almost passed out. And I thought to myself, if I pass out, that might be it. I don't think I'm going to get up again. It didn't help that Wednesday night, the guy in the room next to me passed away.
Oh.
And I heard that whole thing going on. So I'm thinking, all right, he went. Now I'm next.
Oh, so what was the turning point? What did they give you that got you better?
Okay, so 2 weeks ago, Tuesday and Wednesday, they started me on the hydroxychloroquine. They did that twice a day. And then for some reason, Thursday morning, they switched me to the chloroquine. And that felt like it worked. I mean, they gave it to me in the morning. They gave it to me in the afternoon. I believe it was 1,000 milligrams I had that day. And about midnight that night, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I think to myself, I feel a change here. I feel that I'm not as achy as I was. I'm not coughing my head off. I still had a cough. I still do have a cough, but I felt as if I was maybe turning the page. Friday, I felt better. Saturday, I felt better. Sunday, I almost felt like myself. So God bless my doctor for trying that medicine out on me. It was life changing.
Well, we're so happy that you're on the mend. Is your wife okay?
My wife is good. She actually she self-quarantined herself when she got home. So she assumed she had it. She had a couple of symptoms. She had the aches. She had a little cough. So she stayed home for 14 days. And yeah, it was just odd. I felt weird because I couldn't see anybody. I was in a room by myself. It was a hell of an experience. I can tell you that.
Well, you're going to tell your children and grandchildren someday that you were one of the lucky ones, and we're so lucky to have you on Good Day.
When they look back at this and they see how many people passed away, and I had all the numbers, I should have went, but God bless it. And everybody at the hospital, the nurses and the doctors, they're heroes. They're unbelievable. I can't thank the hospital enough. It was Brooklyn Methodist Hospital in Park Slope, and they were phenomenal.
Well, hats off to them, and thank you so much, James Cannizzaro. Continued good health.
Rosanna, good to be with you.
Good to see you. All right. Maybe James needs a burger. Did you hear about this? Shake Shack burgers. You can now get them at home. We have the details coming up next. Also at 9 o'clock, I'm talking with Jonah Hill's mom, Sharon, about her foundation, Your Mom Cares. It's making sure vulnerable families are okay during this pandemic. We have so much more coming up. We're so appreciative that you're watching Good Day New York. Stay with us.